What up, guys? We're here. Yo, yo, yo. Sorry for the little bit of a late start. We got a little caught up before the live, but we're here. Today, we are talking about horizontal yo-yo tricks. Today I'm throwing my G-Force in the Glacier Ice color. And we're gonna be giving you guys all of the tips on horizontal yo-yoing as part of the champion run, the final day of the official champion run. But don't worry, we'll still be going live all throughout December. Today is just the final day of the daily champion run. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? This is the live for me. I'm not too good at horizontals. Okay, well, here's the place. Here's the place. Horizontal, let's go. Ooh, Emily's in the chat, guys. Say what's up to Emily. All right, guys, so today, you know what? I forgot to grab, actually, no, we're good. This is part of the horizontal tips and tricks is using the responsive yo-yo. We're gonna get to it in just a little bit. So let me throw a string on here real quick on my easy trick, which is the first yo-yo in the master pack. This is the best yo-yo for all beginners looking to just get started. And it makes every trick as easy as possible to start. All right, guys, so you might be wondering, why does he have a responsive yo-yo? Well, this is the hack. This is the hack to horizontal yo-yo tricks. Back in, what is it, like 2018, I made a little video about horizontal yo-yo trick tips. And I did put this hack in there, but you guys may not have seen that. So if you're wondering, also, by the way, guys, the Cyber Monday sale, it's still up. I was gonna take it down, but I didn't have the time to, so you guys are lucky. So the Cyber Monday sale is still live on yoyochampion.com. So yeah, any order you guys make today will get that free gift, and those deals are still up. So let's get into this. So for the horizontal tricks, you guys may have seen these tricks go down in some high-level players videos, where instead of throwing the yo-yo down normally like this or like this, you throw the yo-yo horizontally out in front of you like this. Now these tricks are some of the highest scoring tricks in contests, but they're also, well, they score so high because they're difficult. And there's a few things that you have to keep in mind when you're doing horizontal tricks. And first of all, you have to make sure that you are keeping the yo-yo moving at all times. So you'll notice, like, if you go to throw the yo-yo and you stop, the yo-yo is gonna just tilt out like this and start doing a UFO. And so that is not what you want. That is definitely not what you want. So there's a few things I'm gonna tell you guys to kind of get your horizontals more locked in from this live. Now, the other thing that happens is, well, the other thing you have to make sure of, aside from keeping the yo-yo moving, is keeping the yo-yo on the horizontal plane. So as you notice, as I'm doing this horizontal trick, look at where my elbows are. You guys can see this whole time, my elbows are up here. So the trick is happening like up here, right? Now, some horizontal tricks happen like on different planes, like this, right? Like in different areas. But those are different. Those are like when you start to get really advanced. So we're just gonna talk about the regular horizontal throw when it's just like a side throw, but horizontal. You see the arms keep up here. Watch what happens if you don't keep the arms up here, like the elbows aren't lifted. Then as you go through your horizontal trick, it's just gonna fall like that. So that's what stops it from working. The live is lagging a lot. Maybe it's because I'm not on Wi-Fi. I don't know. I'm on my 5G. Is the live lagging a lot? Let me know in the chat. Oh no, I think it's just your connection. All right, so, all right, let's get back to it. So basically, the first two things, the yo-yo has to stay moving the whole time. If you stop, the yo-yo is just gonna fall. So any of you trying to do like really technical tricks like this while horizontal doesn't really work. You have to design tricks that can keep moving the whole time. You can sometimes do like tricks where the yo-yo, like technical stuff where the yo-yo is like slightly tilted, but that's not really horizontal. That's like a different style of trick. So got a little knot here, trying to show you guys that. But, okay, so we went over the yo-yo has to keep moving. The hand positioning is important. Now the other thing, the other big tip for horizontals, yo, JC9RU, you gotta stop spamming, buddy, or else we're gonna mute you from the chat, my guy. All right, so where was I? The first two tips. Now, next, you want to make sure to shorten your string. So you don't want your string to be like super long. Like for me, I'm about 6'2", my string goes up to my elbow, right? So that's usually what your string length should be, roughly, is up to your elbow. Now, some players will have their string like all the way up to their head, but that's gonna make it really hard for horizontal. So I don't recommend practicing your horizontal that way. Woo! Just decked my hand there. I don't recommend practicing your horizontal that way. I recommend getting your string the proper length and then having those two tips in mind. And then let's see, what else? I feel like I'm forgetting one more thing. Oh, one other tip that I can give is if you have your yo-yo, or if you practice the trick not horizontally at first, and you really want to understand what the trick is before you start trying a horizontal. So like a lot of players will just think, oh, I want to do a horizontal trick. Let me just throw it horizontal and just try to make up a trick like this. Rarely does that work. Like it's really not going to work to do that. So what I would suggest instead is practice the trick vertically. So like, let's say we're doing this, right? Skin the gerbil. Practice that horizontally, or practice it vertically first to where you can do it like with your eyes closed. And once you can do a trick with your eyes closed, then you're probably ready to start doing it horizontally. So then you can try it slightly tilted and like get used to the yo-yo moving on a different plane. And then once you can do that with your eyes closed, right? Once you can hit this, then you can move it up, right? So there is where we're going to practice the horizontal throw. So we're gonna put our G-force away for a second. Put the G-force away for a second. And now we're gonna pull out our responsive beginner yo-yo. Trust me on this one, guys. This is gonna be the biggest hack for getting into horizontal, is practice it on a beginner yo-yo. This one's the easy trick. It comes in the Yo-Yo Master Pack. So what we're gonna do from here is learn the proper technique for the horizontal throw, because horizontal yo-yoing is like a whole different world compared to all the technical tricks that you see people doing here. So when you think about what people first learn when they start yo-yoing, they first learn how to throw the yo-yo, right? Then maybe you learn like a basic trick like the elevator, right? And you start leveling up that way. So players aren't gonna start throwing and going into like these complicated tricks, right? It just doesn't work that way. So with horizontal, I always suggest doing the same thing. So what you're gonna do is, instead of throw the yo-yo like this or like this, we're gonna take a side throw and we're gonna move our arm this way. So it's kind of an awkward position. Like if you try to just move your arm there, your shoulder will only let you go so far. So that's why I like to kind of like lean into the throw. So you want to turn this way, lean into the throw. So that way it's much more like this is the position I'm throwing horizontal from. If I don't lean over, it looks like this. So the throw's not that different. The throw's not that different. So what you're gonna do is turn this way, throw out, and now normally we throw down, right? For horizontal, we throw out ahead of us and up because gravity is fighting the yo-yo the whole time. Gravity is fighting it. So as you throw it, watch what happens. If you just throw it down, it's not going to be horizontal. So get the arm in the right place, lean over, lean into the throw, and throw it out. We're aiming for a place up here. This is where we're aiming to hit as we throw. So I'm throwing here and up like this, pointed out that way, like that, right? There, boom. And this is what I recommend you learn first. And you'll notice that if I don't throw up, like in an upward direction like this, the yo-yo is just gonna fall. So I want you to practice throwing kind of up. And as it swings out, you're fighting gravity. And when I'm throwing this way, you might not notice that it's going up, because really it's not. It's not really going up. It just it's going up, and then gravity is bringing it down, so it just makes it flat. Does that make sense? If you don't have a responsive yo-yo, can you still learn if you don't know how to do them? Yeah, you can. You can. It's just this is the best way, in my opinion, to learn horizontal is with the responsive yo-yo. So, but after we get to this, we'll go into unresponsive tricks, to unresponsive too. All right, so, all right, we're gonna throw up, just like we said, and as the yo-yo does its breakaway, you wanna try to keep the yo-yo on the same plane, and you'll notice that my throw hand is kind of coming up a little as well. So by moving that up, then it's keeping the yo-yo like in the same plane while it's fighting gravity. So when you put that all together, it looks like this. It's the horizontal breakaway, and that is what I recommend every player learn first when they're getting into horizontal, because it's going to teach you how to throw the yo-yo properly and how to control the yo-yo when it's mid-air horizontally. So I would literally do this like 10,000 times. Might sound crazy, but yes, I would do it like 10,000 times. It's really not that much. Like if you throw it once and it takes 2 seconds, then it just takes you like 20,000 seconds, which I don't know the math on that, but over the course of a couple days, if you just practice that a lot, you'll get 20,000 reps in. Now from there, you can move on to your unresponsive yo-yo. Now this is again where I would go back to the regular vertical trick that you're trying. So what I would suggest is just doing a double on trapeze and then off, switch to your middle finger here, and then bind this way. Now all together, that looks like this. And you'll notice that the yo-yo never stops moving, right? It either continues moving in the same direction or it immediately changes direction as it's hitting the string. So this is another thing you can practice right here, this trick. You basically just land a trapeze and then go around again, but you miss toward the front. So you don't double on, you miss toward the front and then land on the string here. Then you swing off, off again, and now you put your middle finger here pinching the loop together, swing off onto the middle finger there, and now you go up under and do the same thing. So miss to the front and then hit this string and it changes direction and then it goes back. So you're switching between these two. And this is what I would suggest you do after you've mastered the responsive horizontal throw, or if you don't have a responsive yo-yo, you can just learn this to start with and really get that down. And this is teaching you how to change direction with the yo-yo. See how the yo-yo is just non-stop moving, but it's changing direction every time it hits the string? So that's what you're gonna do, right? And I'm a big fan of learning the technique, not just learning tricks, but learning the proper technique for the tricks and then implementing the technique in all the different tricks you want to do. So that's why I'm going over all this for horizontals, is this is teaching you the direction changes. Because if you don't have that down and you're doing this and stopping, it's not going to work horizontally, right? If you're doing this and stopping, it won't work. So you have to keep it moving the whole time. And then we want the bind. We have to learn how to bind horizontally first. So I saw some of you guys in the chat were saying that you don't know how to bind horizontally. Now, the important thing is that you keep the yo-yo moving, right? It can't stop right before you bind. It has to keep moving. So if we go through here, right, that same thing, right when we hit a trapeze, we change direction again, hit the bottom, but instead of swinging around again, we just hit the string from the bottom and keep the yo-yo moving in that direction and bind like this. So a horizontal bind will look like that. So practice that, where the yo-yo's kind of shooting out. The other way is you can hit here and then swing in this way. But for now, we'll just show this one. So if you do all of this, whoops. If you can do all of that, now I want you to be able to break down each step. So you can just go here, which is just one trapeze landing, one more swing and a miss to the front. So I'll show it from here. One more swing and a miss to the front. And now you land again. And now you're gonna swing off, off again. Now just go right to the middle finger here, up into the string, and keep the yo-yo moving in that direction. So all together, it ends up, yo, Chuck's Chicken. If you're spamming the chat, my dude, we're gonna have to mute you. All right, so let's get back to that. So we're going here, 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 middle finger there, off, onto the middle finger, and shoot it out this way. Now, once you can do all of that, you're ready to start trying to go toward horizontal. So throw it down. We're gonna do the same throw that I taught you guys before, where you go up and out like that, but we're actually gonna just try slightly tilted, so we can get comfortable as the yo-yo moves in front of us. So slightly tilted, it's gonna just look like this, right? Now, after you master that, you can start slowly moving it up until it's completely horizontal. What colorway? Let's see. Do you guys have any questions about any of that? Any questions about what we've gone over so far? I don't want to leave you guys in the dust as we're... So, John, no plans right now on... No, we don't have any restock of that coming right now. But if you want a rainbow rim yo-yo, I would go for the Frosted Rainbow G-Force. Let's see. All right. Can I show it again, but slow? Yeah. Let's go through all of that one more time. So we'll try to go through each of the tips. We're just on the horizontal with unresponsive right now. So basically, the first two things you have to remember are you have to keep the elbows up. So as you notice, as I eventually do this trick, whoops. As I eventually do the trick fully horizontal, see how the elbows are up? The arms are up here. So we do it, when it's horizontal, it ends up keeping the elbows out. Then you have to make sure the yo-yo is moving the whole time. So we practiced just doing this to keep the yo-yo moving. You can also bounce between trapezes like this if that's easier at first. You just want to keep the yo-yo moving and practice those direction changes. See how the yo-yo just keeps bouncing back and forth? You're new to yo-yoing, can I teach you a basic trick? Jack, welcome, bro. If you're new to yo-yoing, go pick up a yo-yo master pack on yoyochampion.com and check out my Learn to Yo-Yo series. I have a bunch of tutorials that will take you from beginner tricks with that master pack to advanced tricks like this. But right now on the stream, we're talking about some more advanced stuff with horizontal tricks that look like this. How do you do the undermount when you go into... Okay, so if you can get this down, then go off, you just put your middle finger, pinch it connected to or pinch it against your pointer finger. Then as you swing off, you go up into the string, and then you're gonna go out like that. So it's very important that as the yo-yo goes into the string, you're gonna let it continue in that direction. So see how it's making like a circle like that? That's how you're gonna go into the bind. So now as we start to move that horizontally, like slightly horizontal, like halfway, maybe 45-degree angle, you'll see the yo-yo binds on our throw hand side. If your jingle balls haven't been shipped yet, yeah, Dario, we already were DMing. Yeah, if your order or your tracking says USPS still needs to receive it, it's just because USPS hasn't updated. So all those jingle balls have shipped. There's a lot of orders coming through, guys, so we're trying our best to keep up with them, but don't worry, you just keep looking at the tracking and it will update. But USPS is also just having, it's the holidays, so it takes a little extra time. Will you show us the previous trick but not horizontal? Yeah, so we're basically just doing this. Trapeze, here, let me show from here. Trapeze, now swing around and miss to the front. Now swing around again and land on trapeze. Now swing off, around again, middle finger here and pinch together. And as we swing off, it transitions to the middle finger. And then we go up into the string and out for the bind. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that. Good for you for making your own custom yo-yos. Yeah, Kyle, appreciate you, man. I have been yo-yoing for like 20 years and I started my new brand this year, Yo-Yo Champion. So if you want to get started yo-yoing, go pick up a master pack. And I'm using the Yo-Yo Champion G-Force today for the horizontals. This is like the top yo-yo for horizontal tricks. I want to learn how to do horizontal tricks, but I need someone to physically explain it to me. I'm doing it right now. I'm teaching you all the tips right now. Do you guys have any other questions about horizontal tricks? Also, if you guys have been thinking about picking up any yo-yos, yoyochampion.com right now still has the Cyber Monday deal going on. I'm going to end it tonight. I left it going for one more day. And we're going to be announcing the giveaway winner for the Founders Experience probably tomorrow as well. Sorry, it's taken me a bit of time to gather all the entries. Okay, are you pinching the string when you do the direction change? That helps it bounce back faster. So I'm not pinching the string between the direction changes. Look at what my finger's doing. My finger's actually going like this. And basically what it's doing is it's swinging off. The finger movement is kind of what's causing it to swing off. And then when it hits, you have to push the finger. So you swing here. So the finger goes like this to swing it off. And then it hits. And then you push your finger back this way. And the finger is what causes the yo-yo to move into the trapeze. So you're basically doing that. So swinging off, and you let that momentum carry you up into the yo-yo string, and then you slam it back down like that. So that will help teach you how to bounce back and forth between strings. And you're gonna use kind of that technique of like moving the finger. So like if we were to do a horizontal 1.5, we're just bouncing it off. Like you hit it, but right as it hits, you move the finger back out a little like that. And that makes it change direction. How would you go about creating high-scoring horizontal tricks? My suggestion would to just be start learning more horizontal tricks that are out there. That's my biggest suggestion. Before you start worrying about scoring points or anything, just learn all the horizontal tricks out there that you can, because most of the tricks are based off of the same types of elements. horizontal yuki slack. So yeah, I mean, if you learn that technique, then that will be used for every single horizontal trick that you learn. So horizontal yuki slack, the big thing is, this is the trick called yuki slack. The big thing is you have to, right as you land the slack, so the trick looks like this, and you'll notice you stop at this point. But when you're doing it horizontally, remember the rule that I taught you before. You have to bounce it off right away. You can't stop the yo-yo. If we try to do that trick horizontally, right, and we do this, and we let it stop here, it's just gonna tilt the yo-yo back down. So basically you have to right as you land that, you'll notice like I'll move the hands over a little. So that's another kind of hack for you guys. If you're doing horizontal and you're in like landing an amount that's pausing the yo-yo. So like if you can't use that technique where you're bouncing, like basically this is a good example of a trick. When I'm landing in this like chopstick position, this is one of my original horizontal tricks from like back when I first started competing, is you'll see I'm moving the hands back and forth. And the reason I'm doing that is because as I land here, it forces you to pause the yo-yo for a second, right? So the way to keep the yo-yo moving, even when it's hitting a string and pausing, is by moving your hands physically. So like as this is horizontal, when I land, I'm moving it like this and then moving it back up, right? So that's what I'm doing there, moving it back up and here. So that allows you to assist with the direction change. So you can see like, watch how my hands are moving back and forth here. I'm pausing and moving the hands like this and then moving it out. So you'll notice like, as I do that trick, you have to use those techniques. That's another one. So as you land this part, here, here, and the yo-yo pauses, you'll watch my hands go like this, horizontally. So watch that. Right here. See how my hands go like this? It moves this way. So you can kind of force that movement. Hey, M, you can go ahead and ban GJIN from the chat in perpetuity. You can ban them forever. That's ironic, isn't it? Emily's banning them. We're just gonna ban them. We're just gonna have Emily ban them just for the irony. Okay, how are you guys doing with the horizontals? How are you doing? If you're wondering what yo-yo I'm using, it's the Glacier Ice G-Force. Yep, keep the yo-yo moving. How are your horizontals coming along, guys? Tron, you're my inspiration. I appreciate you. Is Emily a mod? Her name isn't... Oh, yeah, I think I have to make... Here, we're going to add Emily as a moderator. Okay, yeah. She usually is right next to me on my account, but now she's on hers. All right. How are you guys doing with the horizontals? If you guys are looking for the top horizontal yo-yos in the Yo-Yo Champion lineup, I'm going to give you the overview. So, top horizontal yo-yos. So first off, we'll start with shutter wide angle. So this is the yo-yo that I used to win my second world title, and horizontal tricks were my key to winning. So this yo-yo is really well-rounded, and it's awesome for horizontal tricks. If you don't already have a shutter or shutter wide angle, then this is a great place to start for horizontals. And these right now still have I think a bit of a deal going on yoyochampion.com right now. So shutter wide angle is a really good horizontal yo-yo. And then the next one would be the Super G, the new Super G. This is like top horizontal yo-yo. It's really wide. It's a huge catch zone. And the big thing that a lot of people don't talk about with yo-yo, so I'll grab, this is the regular launch color of Super G. It's the wavelength that has these really cool engravings on the rim. And then this one right here is the Speed Club Edition Super G. And so one thing a lot of people don't talk about is look at the shape of the profile of the yo-yo. Do you see how there's really not that much like material on the inside? And if we go to move the string, like look at if I move the string, let me get the yo-yo perfectly lined up with the camera. This is what happens in all tricks, is you're controlling the tilt of the yo-yo with the string. So the thing is, with the Super G, this shape, you can see, even though I pull the string all the way over to here, the yo-yo doesn't tilt at all. You have to move the yo-yo string all the way over to the rim. So you have to move it all the way over to here to touch the rim there to start the tilt. So as we're doing horizontal, that's part of what makes this yo-yo so good for horizontal tricks, is the yo-yo is going to stay on that plane. As long as you do all the other stuff I taught you, like keep the yo-yo moving, keep your arms high, the yo-yo is going to stay on that plane, and it's only going to change on the plane when you want it to, when you tilt it and you push the string all the way. A lot of yo-yos, you'll start to, it'll hit the yo-yo like way too early, so it's not going to be as stable. Now, the last one is the G-Force, which is what I've been using. And also, if you're wondering, is the new G-Speed, is that good for horizontal as well? It definitely is. This is really good for horizontal. It's based off of Super G and G-Force, but a little smaller diameter. So the G-Speed just launched in a new color too, by the way. I don't know if I have it here with me. Maybe I have it in my case here. Do I have the new, no, I don't have the new G-Speed launch, but the Nitro Splash color just came out with the G-Speed. So that's a great yo-yo for horizontal too. And then of course, G-Force is top horizontal yo-yo with the polycarbonate body that's super light, and the super powerful stainless steel rims will keep the yo-yo super horizontal, super long spinning for all the tricks. And it has the same shape benefit as the Super G for the stability. The best all-around yo-yo, that's really tough to say. That's really tough to say. I mean, any of the yo-yos in the Yo-Yo Champion lineup are going to be great all-around yo-yos. But I mean, if you want something that's been proven on the stage, something that's been around for a long time that tons and tons of players have used, I would say probably go for a shutter wide angle. That's what I was showing earlier. So shutter wide angle on yoyochampion.com. And it's like a really good weight, it's a good width, and everything that's really well-rounded. So I hope that answers your question. Get the Nitro G-Speed real quick. I don't know where I put it. I don't have it, but you guys can see, you can see the Nitro Splash G-Speed on my website, yoyochampion.com. It just came out. Just came out. All right, so what do you guys think? What are we thinking of the horizontal tips so far? Do you guys have any other yo-yo questions? Any other questions about getting into yo-yoing or about what yo-yos that you should get for the holiday season? Let me know. We'll take a little bit of a break from the horizontal tips because, man, it gets to be a little tiring to keep throwing the yo-yo horizontally. There's all kinds of, there's mainly like four styles of horizontal tricks. There's this kind where the yo-yo is spinning like a breakaway side throw in front of you. Then there's the inverted downward where the yo-yo is like this, right? And then there's like a front style horizontal type trick like the horizontal seasick, right? And then there's behind the back. So these are like the four styles, and I recommend that you try to learn them all. How many Speed Club G-Forces are left? So the Speed Club G-Force, I'll show you guys this one. as well. This is the newest color G-Force. The Glacier Ice dropped like a couple weeks ago, and then the Speed Club, the Finish Line rims, dropped like a couple days ago, and these are limited to just 100 pieces. So I don't know how many are left, but a lot of people have been picking up the Speed Club Collector's Box, and they have been picking up both yo-yos as well as the Speed Club keychain in the Collector's Box. So I don't know how many of the G-Forces are left, but at some stage I will make them available only in the Collector's Box for people to get both. So I'm assuming they'll be around for a little bit longer individually, and then at some stage I'll be swapping it over to, they'll go out of stock in the individuals, and you can only get it in the pack. You ordered 2 yo-yos yesterday and last night. Can you combine them? If you send me an email through the contact page on yoyochampion.com, we can try our best, but because there's a lot of orders coming through, it's a little hard to like pull out individual random ones. So just we can try our best, but we can't guarantee that we can combine them. Just send an email as soon as possible through the contact page on my website. The Glacier Ice is, oh yeah, look at this, guys. Glacier Ice G-Force is one of my favorites. Honestly, all the colors are my favorites. All right, you just ordered DNA King. Hey, that's what's up. Get your DNAs on lock. Let's go. Do you get the free gift if you ordered 2 minutes before the live yesterday? Yes, you do. All the orders yesterday come with a free gift for Cyber Monday. You just ordered a DNA King and a Super G yesterday. Yo, thank you for the support, bro. You're going to love those. Your DNA is going to get locked in. Then you can go back on this live with your Super G and work on your horizontal that we've been doing. Yeah, what Yo-Yo Champion yo-yos are you guys throwing today during the live? Drop them in the chat. Will this be uploaded after? Yes. What's the next horizontal trick? I'll get to it in just a minute. We'll level it up from there in just a minute. Can I grab the blue and silver? Ooh, we got Super G. Untamed Magic is throwing Super G. Larkin's throwing Super G. Andrew's throwing Shutter Elite. Yo-Yo Bentley's throwing Shutter Elite. Carly's throwing G-Force. Kempster's throwing Titanium Elite. Oh, Danielle's throwing a Shutter. That's what's up, guys. Thank you guys for supporting Yo-Yo Champion. It feels good to have started the new brand this year and been getting so much love from you guys. You guys are loving all the yo-yos that I've been dropping. And for those of you that are just joining the chat, we still got some sick deals on yoyochampion.com right now. And if you guys want to get started yo-yoing, Yo-Yo Master Pack all day. 99 Dragons, you've been throwing Shutter Mini. Florida Yo-Yo Mom, welcome back. G-Force Frosted Rainbow, Irish Sword, welcome back to the live too. Jack Peterson's throwing a DNA. Cartonity, bro, what? Yo, welcome if you're new. Can you grab the blue and silver Shutter wide angle? Yes, I got you. I got you. Where is it? Right here. We got a blue and silver Shutter wide angle. This is actually the color that I used to win my first national title. Right here. The blue with silver fade Shutter wide angle. It's one of the classic colors on the wide angle. All right. Shutter. You're throwing Shutter. You just hit your shoulder with the DNA. Bentley, what up, dude? Yeah, I'll see you in Florida, Bentley. I'll see you in Florida. Who's better at horizontal? Yo, no need to compare, bro. You guys, that's going to be your biggest enemy, is comparing yourself to other players. Just pick up your yo-yo every day. Practice hard. No need to compare yourself to anyone else. Just go and have fun and become the best player you can be. That's what Yo-Yo Champion is all about, because every one of you has a champion within you. without needing to compare yourself to anyone else. Throw in the 2014 shutter. Yo, Wick just got the G Speed and the balls, Yo-Yo. The Nitro G Speed looks amazing. Hama, appreciate you. Yeah, I'm stoked with the new color drop. Is DNA possible without finger spin dimples? Yeah. So like, basically you just need an area in here that will capture your finger. So like the Super G, for example, is also really good for DNAs. It's not gonna lock in on your finger, but it will still finger spin for a long time. Like, check out the finger spin on the Super G. Still going, you can still hit a DNA even after that long of a finger spin. So the nice thing about Super G is it has a big cup in here. And because of the shape, how it's really cut in here, it keeps the finger in a good spot in here without needing the finger spin dimple. You ordered the Speed Club G-Force yesterday. Daniel, that's what's up, bro. You're gonna love it. How do you keep it horizontal? Yeah, so we can get back into the horizontal tips, guys. So I was teaching a few of the horizontal tips earlier, and the main things are to keep the yo-yo moving and keep your hands up. If your elbows stay up and your hands keep moving, then the yo-yo will stay horizontal. The yo-yo and your hands have to keep moving, and the elbows have to stay up. As soon as you drop your elbows, the yo-yo will start to mess up and turn. So that's the two biggest tips there. Bennett is throwing the Super G. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Thank you guys for showing the love and throwing all your Yo-Yo Champion yo-yos. If you guys want to pick up a yo-yo for the holidays, yoyochampion.com, I got you covered with all the different yo-yos. If you have any questions about any of them, let me know. I'll answer. The yo-yo is changing plane despite keeping the yo-yo on the top above the elbows, and you have to turn your body to keep the plane. So the thing is, guys, it's not gonna, like, these horizontal tips, like, it's not gonna work right away. The horizontal is very difficult. So I'm just telling you, as long as you keep the yo-yo moving and keep your arms up, those are the two most important things. So keep the yo-yo moving, and if you think you're doing both of those things and the yo-yo is tilting back down, you're probably not actually doing both of those things. Like I tell people this all the time when I'm teaching them horizontal. They're doing this, and then all of a sudden they go like this, and they're like, why is my yo-yo not horizontal anymore? And I'm like, look at your elbows. They're down here. Gotta bring them back up. So that's the biggest thing. Try recording a video of yourself. Record a video of yourself, and then watch yourself do the horizontal, and you'll see that you're probably either pausing the yo-yo too much or your hands are dropping down, your elbows are dropping down. What's the best trick to start doing horizontal? So the best thing to start doing is grab your Yo-Yo Champion Easy Trick or Beginner Responsive Yo-Yo. This is included in the master pack, which will help you go from beginner to advanced yo-yoing. So that's what I would suggest, is getting the beginner responsive yo-yo. Then you just want to practice your throws. So I like to hold the arm tilted like this. So turn your body over, kind of lean into the throw, and then throw up and out. And that's the throw. So get the throw down where you have that solid, and then you can start getting into more advanced tricks. Ordered a Super G Prog Edition and DNA King in gold last night. Thank you for inspiring my son. Yo, Amy, I appreciate you. Of course, I'm going to keep it up. Hopefully your son enjoys the yo-yos. You got some good choices there. Super G and DNA King are great choices. All right, later, Tony. Appreciate you. Can you join the Yo-Yo Champion sponsor team? So I have more info coming on the Yo-Yo Champion competition team. that is dropping in 2026. So more info on that coming soon. But until then, that's all I'll give you. Why 99 Dragons is tri-material? Yeah, so 99 Dragons is the most stable, long spinning, and quietest free spinning outer shell yo-yo out there. So if you want to try those tricks with the free spinning outer shells, then pick up the 99 Dragons. It's a sick one. You got an unresponsive yo-yo from the master pack. You're trying to do the DNA with that one. So the Replay Pro is meant to be the best performing yo-yo at the lowest price. So that yo-yo is not what I would suggest for DNAs. It's going to be really hard with that flat plastic cap. All right, guys, that's probably going to wrap it up for the live today. I may be going live again tonight, possibly, just doing some more tricks and answering questions for you guys. So I know a lot of people can't tune in the middle of the day. So we're going to probably wrap it up at that. I hope those horizontal trick tips were helpful for you. I'll take a couple more questions. If any of you guys have questions about any of the yo-yos on yoyochampion.com before we end, I'll take one or two more questions. You're going to buy a G-Force Hama. That's what's up. You'll love it. Your issue when you throw the yo-yo is you can't seem to grasp which direction underhand going lefty or right spin. I do not understand. I don't understand. But the biggest thing I'm saying you can do is just learn this, right? Learn this, bouncing the yo-yo back and forth between the strings, landing on here, swinging around, bouncing off. You just want to be able to get comfortable moving the yo-yo between these, right? And changing direction. So yeah, hope that helps. What yo-yo should you get for horizontal? I'm going G-Force or Super G. If you already have some metal yo-yos and you want a really good horizontal yo-yo, then the Super G all day. And if you have like an expansive collection and you want the best of the best, I'd go G-Force. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will catch you in the live later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.